Hello, my Aquarians. What is up? This is going to be a twin flame reading. I'm going to do a twin flame reading for all the signs. Normally I start with Aries since it's the first sign in the zodiac, but today I'm going to start with Aqua because it is Aquarian season, and also my Aquarians have been showing me so much fucking love on my channel. I appreciate you guys. Um, Me personally, I'm not an Aquarius. I don't even have any planets in Aquarius, but my midheaven, the way the public views me, how I'm seen in the public eye is Aquarius. So I'm like, maybe that's why all my Aquarius videos are doing so much better than the other signs. Um, so I'm just happy like people are resonating with things that I'm saying, regardless of what sign. I am pretty sick right now, but when I was sleeping last night, I kept getting downloads all night while I was sleeping. Um, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like, oh, I gotta do twin flame readings for all the signs. And then I went back to sleep. Okay. Oh, Aquarius. Here we go. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. Mm. Moving on, walking away, and letting go of what? Of what? Resistance? Cloudy judgment. Confusion. Ooh, that's good. All right, so how I'm doing this reading is I'm going to pull a card over here for the feminine to see where the feminine and the twin flame connection is, and a card for the masculine over here. But right here, this is what's going on with the connection. So there's some resistance. Somebody's suppressing. Someone's in this timid energy. I feel like that's the masculines. Um, and it's not, some of the masculines might be offended by being like, she said I'm timid. No, you're not showing that you're timid. Your mask is showing that you are dominant. You are not affected by this at all. But underneath that mask, you're affected. You can't bullshit me. I know the truth. And right now, with the energy, especially Pluto moving into Aquarius, when Pluto moved into Aquarius, I feel like that has a huge, there's this like gateway, this like portal opening up for twin flames, depending where they are on their timeline and in their connection. There's a portal, gateway, whatever you want to call it, that has opened up right now for twins to start coming together into union. Now I don't think that necessarily means romantic, like they're going to end up in a romantic relationship. I think it just means they're coming back together and reconnecting. Even if it's just as friendship or just to see how things go, there's a lot of twins reconnecting or connecting for the first time right now. And then, the gateway will close and then, things will be playing out as they should until another gateway opens. But for right now, since that gateway's opening, there's a lot of releasing and letting go and walking away from the resistance, the cloudy judgment, the confusion. All right, let's pull a card for the feminine. Where's the feminine in this connection? What is... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like together, but all over the place. That's what the deck just did. Hold on, I gotta pick up these cards. It's like I flung some on the floor, but the majority of the deck stayed together. So it's like, is that how you're feeling right now, femmes? It's like, I'm holding it together, but part of me is like, getting thrown out this deck. I'm losing a couple cards in my deck right now. Alright. Alright, where are the feminines? Let's try and shuffle gently so we don't throw them. Oh, shit. Yeah. Emotional storm. We're trying to ignore that emotional storm, huh? But we're having these moments where just flings out like some cards out of the deck. Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Yeah, when the masculines do this running shit, it does. It creates an emotional storm for the feminine. Because we don't understand what the fuck is going on. We don't know. We don't understand what the fuck is going on. But what's going on is these masculines... Alright, some people watching this, you might not even be in a twin flame connection. You might just be dealing with an asshole. You have to figure that out for yourself if this is a twin flame connection for you. Um, because some people just run. They're not running because it's a twin flame connection. Some people just run because they're not interested or they just don't want a relationship. But twin flames, this is what happens with twin flames. You meet this person. Now, even with soulmates, you can meet them and you can be like, wow, I feel like I know this person already. So you get the same feeling with a twin, but only it can be much more intense. Not can be. It is much more intense. I mean, you can also have deep soul connections that you're really questioning, is this a twin flame, because it's so intense. But the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame, a soulmate can help you grow. A soulmate can help you learn. A soulmate can be karmic. They can teach you how to learn through pain. But with a twin flame, what happens is they trigger your deepest wounds, your childhood traumas, and they do it without doing anything malicious. And you trigger the masculines and their childhood wounds without even trying. It's like you guys keep triggering each other's pain without actually hurting each other. You know, so it's like you meet, there's this, oh my God, like this person kind of feels like home. Like I want to fucking hug them, but that might be weird because we don't really know each other yet, or, you know, we knew each other when we were younger and we're reconnecting. So it kind of be weird to be like, I just want to hold you and not let go. So when the twins first come together, there's this intense attraction. Like, I need to be near this person. I need to know them more. And then you start triggering each other. And when the masculine gets triggered, the masculine starts to pull away. The masculines have an avoidant attachment style. Or, what is the other? A fearful avoidant attachment style. A fearful avoidant is an avoidant attachment also mixed in with an anxious attachment. They crave and fear being close. And the feminines have an anxious attachment style. Now for me, normally in relationships, I'm cool. I don't feel fucking anxious. I'm like, go do your thing. You want to go be out all night with your boys? I don't care. As long as I don't find out you're cheating on me, we're good. We're good. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Have your freedom. I'd like to have my freedom too. It's like I want to be in a relationship, but I also still want to be an individual. You know? But when I met my twin, oh boy, I started feeling anxious. Well, not right when I met them. At first, everything was fine. It was after they got triggered and they started pulling away, but they were still talking to me every day. So it was kind of like, are they pulling away from me? It feels like they are, but they're still talking to me every day, saying good morning every day, still hanging out sometimes, but something feels off. And my twin was triggering something from my childhood. You know, when your dad's got one foot in the door and one foot out, it creates a certain energy signature. Now, when my twin started to pull away, but then wasn't telling me he was pulling away, I could pick up on that energy signature. So it was triggering me. I started feeling anxious. When I would text him, if he didn't text back right away, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't let him know I was anxious. I didn't want him knowing that I was becoming this emotional storm. But I was starting to have anxiety, like waiting for him to text back. And then when he would, it would be like, oh, okay, we're good. Oh, okay, we're good. And I'm just like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I feel like it. Ew, I feel like a girl. I fucking hate these kinds of girls. Like, I don't want to be this person. And then I started learning about twin flames. And then I started reading about the separation phase. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So then I started becoming more anxious. Then I started trying to control the situation. Well, maybe if I do this or that or act a certain way, like, but then I'm not being myself. And then separation did happen. When separation happened, I went through a huge fucking awakening. That is key. That is key. That is key. If you're in a twin flame connection and the runner, the masculine, starts running and you start getting triggered, and then once you reach that point where it's like, I need to disconnect because this is becoming too much for me. This person's not trying to hurt me. I'm not trying to hurt them, but I feel hurt every day. So then you take the time to yourself, but disconnecting isn't easy. It's not easy to disconnect from your twin. You suddenly start going through an awakening and you suddenly start realizing why the fuck you felt everything that you felt in this connection. And I just remember being on the floor, like looking up, like, God, what the fuck is happening to me? What is happening to me? Oh my God. And then every single time I had anxiety throughout life, I was realizing why. Why? um, if anyone's interested, I'll make another video explaining like my story and how I got there. I just don't want to get too into it in these videos. You know, I'm new on the channel. I want people to get to know me before I really let them into my dark world. Um, but yeah, femmes, I know the emotional storm. If you're new on this and you haven't gone into separation yet, like, trust me, you are not alone on how horrible it feels. If you're in separation, same thing. You're not alone in this. Um, if you're coming towards union or reunion, the emotional storm's still there because of the separation in the first place. It's like, is this going to happen again? Is this going to happen again? But if you're asking yourself that, that should tell you that you should do some more inner work before you do come into union, or it will happen again. It will happen again. You have to do the work. And then when your frequency is shifted and you're standing in your power and you're not, your trauma isn't being triggered anymore, you're going to come off to this masculine different than you did before. And it's going to inspire them. Then they're going to start doing the healing. That's how the twin flame connection works. One gets triggered, then it triggers the other one, then there's a separation, then the feminine heals and rises from the fucking ashes. And then the essence of her healing is just so fucking infectious for the masculine that it helps them heal. They're then not triggered to their wounds, they're triggered into healing. So, then they'll start trying to reconnect because they're not scared of you anymore. All right, hold on. Let's pull a card for the masculine, see where the masculine's at. Because I feel like they are going to let go of this resistance, and it's going to help the cloudy judgment for both of you. It's going to help the confusion for both of you. The masculines are realizing that you're their twin. And if they don't know the term twin flame, they're really feeling the connection. They're really feeling the connection. They're mirroring what you're feeling. They're having this emotional storm too. Ooh. And they're silent right now. Silence, frozen, no words, stone wall. For someone with a fearful avoidant or an avoidant attachment style, this is extremely overwhelming for them. Extremely. Femmes, if you think you are overwhelmed, what we're feeling isn't shit to the overwhelming feeling that the masculines feel. Because as feminines, we're used to feeling emotions. Even if they're uncomfortable, even if we don't fucking like them, as feminines, we're always more in our emotions than masculines. And then masculines, they're programmed like how many times is a masculine told not to feel their feelings? Especially if it's a masculine man. Men are told, stop crying. Don't feel that way. Don't do that. Do what you're told. I mean, all kids are told, do what you're told. But masculines especially, man up. Man up. Men don't cry. So then when they're triggered by all this emotion from the feminine, that starts echoing in them. You shouldn't feel that. Stop it. Oh, are you emotional? What are you, a girl? That's what's hitting the masculines, and it feels like shit to them. And if you're a female masculine, you were never allowed to be in your feminine energy. You weren't. You had to take care of everyone around you. You didn't have time. You didn't have time to cry. Ooh, oh man, yo, wow, there's a masculine feminine watching this, and you're like, wow. You're like, wow, somebody knows that? Ooh. All right, hold on. I gotta pull out of your energy because I need to do this reading. I can't be choked. I'm already sick. I got a cold. I'm already trying not to sneeze and cough. All right. Let's pull a card for this emotional storm for the feminine. Let's pull a card for this emotional storm for the feminine. All right, there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, this makes so much sense, femmes. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. Because of the fucking chemistry. You can't forget it. You can't forget it. How am I supposed to forget this person? I can't forget them. I can't let them go. The attraction, the spark, the passion, like, I need them. I need this. And to fucking have that feeling of you need them creates the emotional storm. Because in all actuality, you don't need them. You need yourself. You need to work on your self-love. You need to work on your self-love. It's okay to be like, I love this person, I need them in my life. But when it's so intense to the point where you're like, I need them. Like, ooh, I know that feeling. And it was hard for me to feel that because when my dad was in and out of my life as a kid, I learned, like, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. You know, I'm fine being single. I'm okay being single. And then I met this masculine. And I was like, shit. I don't want to be alone. I'm not fine alone. I need this person. I don't feel complete without them. What the fuck? Like, I felt complete before them, even though I was a mess a lot of the times. Yeah, so it's intense. It's intense for both fucking sides because the masculines are mirroring that energy. They feel the attraction. They feel the spark. Oh, you don't know what you do to them. You don't. We could sit here and say they don't know what they do to us, but chances are we have already told them. Whether they were fully listening or not, and they've already heard it. They haven't told us. They may tell us, like, you're beautiful, you're important to me, but they don't really go too into details. They'll just, it's like, okay, I'm important to you, but how? Why? And then it's like crickets. Because they don't know how to fucking explain it. They don't know how to explain your connection. And neither do you. Neither do you. It's like you try to explain it, but if you try to explain it to somebody that's not in a twin flame situation, like, maybe if you explain to somebody that's in a very deep soul connection where they're like, I think I'm with my twin too, they might understand it. All right, let's see. I'm just like, I'm looking at the clinging card, the holding on, the obsessing, the spying. It's like, oh, I don't want to let them go. All right, let's see. So the masculines are mirroring this twin flame connection. Distracted, sidetracked, change, delays. It's like they're mirroring, but they are distracted. They are distracted, but they're fucking loyal to this connection. Because they know how loyal you are. I'm going to pull clarifiers on what they're distracted. I feel like they're distracted by their feelings for you. They're trying to distract themselves from their feelings for you because of the cloudy judgment, the confusion. That's the resistance. But like there's also, when we first pulled these cards, we had letting go at the bottom. So it's like you're trying to let go of this emotional storm. They're trying to like let go of this mirroring aspect because they're trying to distract themselves, but like they can't fucking let it go. They can't. Oh man, they can't. It's creating so much confusion and resistance. But what's gonna happen? What happens here, femmes? For now, let the masculines do whatever it is they need to do and just focus on yourself. Focus on your emotional storm. And heal that. Because once you fucking heal that, once you release that, boom, suddenly they're going to do that releasing. The feminines have to release first. Then the masculines release. That's how it works. The masculines are supposed to lead in the physical world. But right now they can't. Because they need the femmes. The feminines are supposed to lead in the spiritual. And how the femmes lead in the spiritual is by doing the healing work and releasing this emotional storm. And when we release the emotional storm in the spiritual, it then affects the masculine in their spiritual realm. And then they're able to release what's holding them back in the physical. And then they can come and lead in the physical. And you guys can fucking work on all this shit. All right, let's pull a few cards for Under the Surface. For this resistance, cloudy judgment, confusion. Ooh, yeah. Divine feminine. Breaking point. Family. Fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. And then we got boundaries at the bottom of the deck. All right, with the boundaries card, the feminines have to set their boundaries in order for the masculines to set proper boundaries. Because right now the masculines putting up boundaries in places they don't need them. But that's because the feminine doesn't have her boundaries up in the places she needs them. So we have to go in, do the healing of this emotional storm to create the proper boundaries. What's the difference between me and the masculine? What do I like? What do they like? What do I not like? What don't they like? And accept the differences. I like to share my emotions. The masculine doesn't like to share his emotions. I have to accept that. So if I share my emotions, I shouldn't be emotional when I share them because the masculine gets triggered by that. But if I'm going to share my emotions, I need to be in a calm, level-headed state and say, hey, we need to talk. This is what I'm going through. And if you're not comfortable talking about this, I understand that. But I need to get this off my chest so we can be okay. I don't want to overwhelm you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, please speak up. Let me know. I'm here to work with you. You know, I'm going to work through my shit. I'm not going to put it on you. You don't have to take care of my feelings and my emotions. I can do that. Because as a divine feminine, I can handle myself. And then the masculine is going to be like, oh, whoa, okay. So she has these emotions. She wants to express them to me, but she's not making it my responsibility to fix them. I might be able to sit here and listen then. That could be a game changer for you. Because it's like, all right, so that's how you like create a boundary. Like, look, I know you're not good with your feelings. I'm good with talking about my feelings, but I need to be able to express them. If you want to express your feelings by doing something for me, like, oh, you bought me flowers. This is your way of showing me and telling me that you feel the same way. You guys got to understand each other's love languages. Maybe that's a conversation that should be, not maybe, that is a conversation that should be had. Like, hey, this is how I've always expressed love in relationships. How have you always expressed love? Do you understand how you always express love? If not, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out each other's love languages. So that way, when we're trying to express to each other that I love you, the other person understands that they're saying I love you. All right, now, the resistance. The masculine is resistant to the divine feminine. He's resistant to her feminine energy because she's in an emotional storm right now. Or if she's come out of the emotional storm, if you have come out of the emotional storm, the masculine isn't aware of that yet. You need to be patient. You need to be patient and don't get back in an emotional storm. And if you're patient and allow them to see that you're not getting triggered, you're not going to overwhelm them, you're not going to bombard them with all your emotions. It's okay that you have feelings you want to express. There's a difference between expressing feelings and expressing feelings. You know what I mean? All right, and then the clouded judgment. There's a breaking point with this clouded judgment for both of you. You're like, all right, this emotional storm is creating this clouded judgment. I can't take it anymore. So I'm going to go in and do the healing work. Because me being emotional isn't bringing this masculine back towards me. It's not fixing anything. It's not making anything better. And for the masculine, they're like, my judgment's clouded. I feel all these feelings towards this person, but I don't know how to express it. I'm so confused. But I'm reaching a breaking point. I can't fucking distract myself anymore. I can't distract myself anymore, but I don't know how to connect with all this. I feel like she's judging me. I feel like the feminine is judging me with her emotions. And it makes me feel imbalanced. But that's an illusion. You're not trying to judge them with your emotions. You're not trying to bombard them with your emotions, but that's how they receive it. That's how they receive it. And then there's this confusion here for both of you because forget the fertility, parenthood, pregnancy shit on this card. Family. Family. You are soul family. You are two halves of the same whole. That's what this fetus in here is. The fetus is two halves of the same whole. This fetus is representing the divine union, and there's confusion with that on both sides. You know, like, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Well, I should say masculines are from Mars, feminines are from Venus. Masculines are like, go, do, black and white, it's this or it's that. Feminines are like, but I see a gray area. I see a bigger picture here. It's more than just facts here. Let's look at the details. That's the feminine energy, and the masculine energy is like, I can't understand that. I only know black and white. It's speaking two different languages. You guys have to learn how to speak each other's language. And part of that is the love languages. All right, let's pull clarifiers. What deck do I want? I'm going to use the Light Seers. All right. Okay. Emotional storm. Chemistry. Femmes. Again, I almost flung the deck out of my hand. Emotional storm. Chemistry. There it is. Yeah. You gotta quiet your mind. Because this emotional storm is drowning out your intuition. Your intuition knows the truth. And when you drown out your intuition, you're left in Four of Cups energy. Just feeling disappointed, discontent. Like, wasn't there something more here? See how in this card she's looking off to the side? She's looking off to the side in this card, like, all I hear are my thoughts and feelings right now. I wish I could hear my intuition telling me what to do, telling me what's right. Mm. And we've got the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. It's like, this is both you and the masculine. The masculine is holding back, holding on to beliefs because they don't know how to communicate, so it's creating this emotional storm for you. But then when they act like that, you are suddenly this Four of Pentacles and you start mirroring them. Okay, I guess I'll hold back. But holding back makes me an emotional fucking storm, even more emotional than I was before I was holding back. Oh. It's like, in this card, it's like, yeah, I've got these other options. I don't want them. I want this one. This is my divine masculine. There's a fucking rainbow shooting out of it, but I'm not allowed to even look at it. I'm not allowed to feel anything for it. It's not that you're not allowed to feel anything for them. It's that you have to learn what triggers your emotions to an extent that triggers them to run. Because at first they just start pulling away. At first they just start pulling away. And then when you're triggered and your emotional storm comes, that's when they like really run. That's when they really run. So it's not that there's anything wrong with you. There's not anything wrong with you. There's not anything wrong with the masculine. It's what has happened to you guys. What happened to you that the second you feel like they're pulling away, you get triggered. Of course, people are going to get triggered if someone's pulling away, but you have to figure out why. What happened to you? What was this first time somebody pulled away from you? When was the last time somebody pulled away from you? Then the time before that, and keep going back until you can hopefully reach that initial memory of the first time someone pulled away from you. And then you're going to realize that them pulling away triggered your emotions and made you more emotional, which in turn made them more overwhelmed and then made them fully run. Once you realize, like, oh, okay, them pulling away triggered, you know, for example, like for me, my daddy issue. Like, is he gonna leave? Like, I feel like he's a part of me. Is he gonna go away? And when I realized that's what was being triggered within me, I could then do the inner work. But it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, all throughout 2023, I was going through these awakenings with the twin flame shit and dealing with daddy issues and, you know, but for me, I already dealt with my issues with my dad, but I never dealt with the wound itself. So if you're like, oh, but I have a good relationship with my dad, and you know, I used to have daddy issues, but I don't anymore. Um, well, maybe you're fine with your dad, but have you looked at the wound? Have you tended to it? Have you cleaned it out? Have you sewn it up? Have you put a bandage on it? Have you checked its healing? You know, like it takes time. You know, somebody fucking stabs you. You don't forgive them and let them go on their way and then you go home. You got to go to the hospital. You got to get that shit taken care of or it's going to get infected and it could fucking kill you. Yeah, this emotional storm, you know, it's not going to kill you physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, like it's overwhelming. Oh man, my phone's on 3%. I don't want it to die. Okay, let's pull on the masculines and then we'll get some clarifiers for the connection. Oh yeah. Oh, see, it's like you're their fucking dream come true and they think about you and they're like, oh man, it's just everything I've ever wanted. Do I even deserve her? I can't even communicate. I can't even tell her how I feel about her. I don't fucking deserve her. she's so fucking perfect and beautiful. I mean, she acts crazy sometimes. But man, she's a fucking one. She's the one. I waited my whole life for the one, and but at this point, I don't even know if I fucking deserve it. She deserves better than me. She deserves the world. I want to give her the world, but I can't even give her words. How am I supposed to give her the world? That's that's why they keep trying to distract. Oh my god, yeah, see, because oh man, they want to open their heart. That's what this is the heart. I know it's a wreath, but this is the heart center. They want to open up to you because you fucking light their fire. It's like when they're with you, they can hear like a whole fucking like audience like cheering cheering on, like, whoa. This connection is something serious. Oh boy. Oh boy. How terrifying for the masculines when it's that fucking real. When it's that fucking real. You know, it's like you're a fucking unicorn to the masculines. You're not supposed to exist, and then they meet you and they're like, you do exist. For both of you, it's like that M&M commercial with Santa Claus where the M&Ms see Santa and they're like, he does exist, and then Santa turns like, they do exist. That's what this connection is. It's like, oh man. All right. Oof. Yeah, it hits like a fucking tower. That's why these masculines get timid. And then when the masculines start pulling away, oh, and then when they're like officially running, ooh, it hits the feminine like a fucking tower. Because both of you want to give. You both want to give equally to this connection. The shuffling I did, we still got the Six of Wands at the bottom. Alright. My phone's probably going to die any second. I'm hoping I can finish this before it does. I thought I phoned my charge. I thought I charged my phone overnight, but apparently I didn't. Oh, and we got the Six of Wands again. See, all this feeling, the Queen of Cups, she holds all the fucking love. All the love. That's the breaking point. All this, like, I fucking love you. Yeah. That's the breaking point. It's like there's all this cloudy judgment. It's like I can't see through this fucking storm, but I fucking love them. Oh my god, that's intense. Yeah, see, Eight of Wands. Like, they just want to, just fly in. Like, incoming. This message is on fire. I fucking love you. Ooh. Alright, confusion and family. Confusion and family. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's heavy. It's heavy. Justice. Wanting justice. Wanting to bring things into balance. And the King of Swords. The King of Swords doesn't just know the truth. He takes action with the truth. He's gonna get justice. No matter how much fucking confusion there is. He's gonna figure it out. And he's gonna get justice. It's heavy, though. It's heavy. This confusion is heavy. It's a fucking burden. But it's only a burden because you guys are family. You guys are one and the same. You guys are soul family. You guys are connected beyond this physical reality. And you both know it. And you both want fucking justice. You both want to make it right. You both want to bring things into balance because you both wanted to give equally to this. But like I said, it's like speaking two different languages. Alright, Aquarius, before my phone fucking dies, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to plug in my phone and start uploading this now and get this to you guys ASAP. Twin flames, masculine, feminine, I fucking love you both. I am here for both of you. I will be doing readings for both the feminine and both the masculine. The masculines barely ever have any fucking readings. That shit pisses me off because they need more guidance, honestly, than the feminines, because the feminines can get in tune more with their intuition than the masculines. And the feminines are more spiritually evolved than the masculines, so they're able to get through this faster. So yeah, anyways, all right, Aquarius, good luck. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know where you're at in your journey. Let me know if there's a particular reading that you're looking for that you can't fucking find, and I will do it for you. All right, guys, good luck. I love you all. Bye.